Thank you. Boy, there's a lot more people here than there were when I got here this morning. Thank you for being here. I really have to thank you for being here because I heard there's a bar somewhere nearby that is promising free drinks to anyone anyone in the bar when Donald Trump live tweets the Comey testimony. But you know, when David asked me to speak, I asked him whether it would be okay if I sort of went a little early in the day, because we all know that the worst speaking slot is the speaking slot right before lunch, right? Never stand in the way of an audience getting to their food. I'd probably shift that around a bit and say that the most challenging speaking spot is the one at a FunnyBizz conference talking about real estate. But I am here to talk about how funny makes money in online real estate. And let's just break this down for a minute. 3 words: online real estate. None of them are sexy words, and if you combine them, really unsexy. Put them on a beach, they're still pretty unsexy. Put them at a foam party in Ibiza, they are definitely still the least sexy thing at that party. When I got to Realtor.com 5 years ago, this was the most unsexy thing I could ever imagine. In 2012, our logo looked like it was Web 1.0, 1997. The biggest part of that logo was that big block R, which is the logo of the National Association of Realtors, who did not own us, but who we had spent 15 years courting and had spent 15 years marketing our site to the real estate industry rather than to consumers. So the first thing we did when I got there was we rebranded. You know, warm, friendly, lowercase, not all caps, not shouting to you. And then 2 years ago, we rebranded again. And the reason we did this is because in those first 15 years, when we were doing all this work, creating a best-of-breed product, creating the real estate site that everybody should be using, there were other companies out there doing the exact same thing, but they were telling consumers about it, and we spent no time doing that. Realtor.com has the most comprehensive set of homes for sale in the United States, and we update in real time, which means that the minute a home goes on the market on an MLS, it's live on our site. The minute it goes into contract, it comes down, it's off our site, which means that in a really competitive real estate market, the only way to have an advantage at learning what homes are for sale is to use Realtor.com. It's a really, really great story to tell. It's one that none of our competitors could tell, but we had done a horrible job of telling it. And so when I got to Realtor.com, the first thing that I noticed was that there was a huge opportunity, because even though there were a bunch of other brands out there marketing their sites to consumers, they all sounded the same. And we put something together to show you.
The whole process of buying a home, it was terrifying.
It's the fantasy that you've created for your family.
I wanted them to have a space for themselves.
It's your standard family situation.
This is where I see our family for the next 15 years. How do you not get emotional over that?
Sure, there were some trade-offs, but I feel like I got my family back.
I think I see my 2 kids playing in the backyard.
I can't tell you how much happier we are having a place of our own.
It's a very proud moment.
There couldn't have been a better home for us.
We're happy, and that's home.
That sea of sameness that was real estate advertising was the challenge and the excitement that brought me to Realtor.com. It told us that we had to be different, and we had to figure out a way to tell our story differently in order to break through and actually convince consumers that we were the place that they should be starting their home search. We worked with an amazing creative agency who we're still working with today, Pereira and Odell. I think one of the ECDs from POD was here last year presenting. And in one of the first decks they presented to us, they presented this slide. Serious topics can benefit from humor in advertising. Charles Schwab did it, saw enormous benefit to their business. E-Trade, State Farm, Citibank did it. And we said, we can do it too. We launched a campaign called Find It First. In the first year, it was digital only, and it did pretty well for us. It actually got our name out there. It got consumers talking about us, consumers thinking about us, but it was pretty subtle. And we realized that in order to be funny and be successful, we had to be bolder. We had to call out our competitors. We had to demonstrate why Realtor.com was different and what that difference meant. We had to explain what listing accuracy meant. So we created a campaign called Accuracy Matters.
In doghouse architecture, accuracy is everything.
It's everything.
Not all doghouse architects value accuracy.
But we do. That's why we use Realtor.com to find our dream home. It updates its listings every 15 minutes.
We tried some other search apps first, but...
No. Realtor.com helped find the perfect home for us.
And Mr. Sausage.
So that was Accuracy Matters. We had a series of 3 spots, one featuring the Doghouse Architects, one featuring a cake portrait chef, and one featuring a mom who had 4 kids for whom accuracy was of the utmost importance in their lives. It was incredibly successful for us. We generated more traffic as a result of this campaign than we had ever seen before from any other marketing effort. It was the first campaign that took us to national TV in the spring of 2013. But we knew we had a lot more ground to make up. We wanted to sort of draft off the success. And we started talking to consumers. We dug deep into what they were telling us about their home search and what that meant. And we knew that there were ways that we could make marketing that was still funny, but even spoke more directly to them. We also knew that we had an opportunity. It was around this time we got acquired by News Corporation and have been a News Corp company for the last couple of years. And we were already thinking about maybe it's time to get a spokesperson, someone who can talk to consumers in plain language and tell them why Realtor.com is an amazing choice. We chose Elizabeth Banks. She was a triple threat. She was an amazing comedic actress. She was a producer, a director, and more importantly, as we were thinking about the audience that we were trying to reach, one of the things we realized was we couldn't tell the same thing to everybody. There were people who had bought and sold homes before. Those people were the people we were reaching with our national TV advertising. But there was this whole group, this elusive group of new to the market home buyers, first-time home buyers, AKA millennials, who didn't consume media in the same way, they didn't respond to advertising in the same way, and they didn't spend nearly as much time on TV. And what was great about Liz was not only was she that triple threat, but she was also a digital native. She was one of the first actresses of her generation to really embrace digital, and she continues to do that today. So we created a 2-pronged strategy, the first of which was our TV campaign.
Realtor.com presents real estate in real time.
The map tool on the Realtor.com app lets you search for homes in the exact area you want. Watch me show Debbie and John how easy it is. Just motion your finger in the shape of your desired search neighborhood, like this. You can draw a circle, a square, rectangle, triangle, trapezoid, really anything.
What about a duck?
Ooh, I love ducks.
Absolutely anything.
What about cocktail shrimp?
Sure.
Or a pineapple?
Uh-huh.
A tea kettle.
Yeah.
My Nana?
Yep.
That was the TV campaign, and this next clip is the 5-episode web series focused specifically at first-time buyers that we created with Liz. And what it was meant to do was provide information, instill confidence, and we like to call it edutainment because all millennials like edutainment.
There is nothing more awesome than taking ownership of your new dream home!
Now's the fun part.
The home buying process in plain English with Elizabeth Banks. It was the one that won us 3 Webby Awards a few years ago. And that campaign overall really taught us a lot. One, it taught us a celebrity spokesperson can do a lot of great things for your brand. It also taught us that When you lose sight of your brand in favor of that celebrity, you have some work to do. And that was sort of like the Elizabeth Banks show featuring Realtor.com, and we realized that we needed to get back to who we were and what we were. We needed to get focused. We needed to go back to why Realtor.com was the smart and best choice for consumers. So the next campaign still featured Liz, crashing people's dreams, explaining to them why the place that they were was in a house on Realtor.com.
I like your dream.
Thanks. Isn't this bathroom incredible?
This bathroom is in a house on Realtor.com. Look.
What?
It has more homes for sale than any other site and updates constantly.
So Realtor.com can help me find my
Dream bathroom. Yes.
Dream home, find home, own home. Realtor.com.
That was fantastic. It was the most successful campaign in our history, and what it really did was brought the message back to why Realtor.com was different and better than our other competitors. This year, we went a little further. We pulled Liz out of the dreams, and we introduced a new sort of character concept, the not yous. The not yous want what you want. They have the same desires you do, but they don't use Realtor.com, so they don't find the home of their dreams before you do.
So check out my new house. We close on divorce.
Oh, that's a not you? She also wanted your house. But you use Realtor.com. With more homes for sale updating in real time, you found it before she could.
I want that.
But it's mine.
Then I want that.
Yeah. Let me see more photos of the house.
Okay.
Find your dream home before not you finds it. Realtor.com.
This campaign has been the most successful campaign, and we launched it only 2 months ago in Realtor.com's history. And I've talked about success. I'm now here to explain what that means. None of this would be possible if the money we were investing also was not generating actual business results for our company. And we have a number of different ways we measure that. The first is through ongoing brand tracking and measuring brand health metrics. In the 3 years, 3.5, 4 years since we launched the first TV campaign, awareness of Realtor.com is up 18%. Usage and intent to use is up 93%, and preference is up 72%. These are phenomenal numbers, and for any of the marketers out there, I think you would agree. What it also allowed us to do was broaden our reach. And earlier this year, we established a partnership with the Golden State Warriors, best team in basketball, creating video content using their players. And one of the best projects we've worked on thus far, bringing in a new spokesperson, side spokesperson for Realtor.com, is a little comedic vignette we created with Draymond Green. I'm going to show you a few clips from that video right now.
What's up, everyone in internet land? I'm Draymond Green here in Oakland, California with Realtor.com, and we're about to prank some home buyers. What you think? I make this look good.
And I'm here with my assistant, Ray.
How you doing?
Great, great.
High five. Oh, man.
So Ray's gonna show you the house. I've got to take a phone call. He knows it well.
About this staircase, you gotta check out the acoustics. Here, they've actually done some soundproofing to this room. Yeah, and you can hear the soundproof. Hey!
He's there. We can hear it.
No, it didn't block it out.
So you can go to YouTube and see the full video. Just search on Draymond Green, Realtor.com. I also just want to talk a little bit about what's happened to our traffic. And in the online real estate business, we don't generate revenue from consumers. We generate revenue from the consumers who come to our site, who fill out a lead form, and the realtor who gets that lead and does something with that lead pays us. So that's a kind of convoluted explanation. But what that means is it's very, very important to drive as much traffic as possible to Realtor.com and get those people searching, right? So when I started Realtor.com in 2012, we had about 22 million unique users coming to the site and our app every month. When we started the campaign, that number had gotten up to around 26,000. Now we are regularly serving more than 60 million unique users a month. And we're very, very excited about that. We have a lot of direct attribution to tell us that the TV campaign and the digital work we are doing and the humor we are creating is absolutely impacting our business results, and we're thrilled about that. So before I wrap up, I just wanted to remind you of this guy, right? This guy was different. He was insightful. He was focused, and he was smart. Because sometimes the smartest people in the room, here, out there, are also the funniest. Thank you very much.